and welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we're talking about incremental improvements. Great. How are you?
I'm good too. Been home for a week from my big trip, and I'm just now feeling caught up, which feels good.
Oh, that always feels nice.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I was buried under because I didn't have a computer on my trip, so I just got it all. Anyway, it's good. It's all good.
Good. I have to admit that I got home a week before you did. And I just found something that I hadn't unpacked yet.
Oh. That's funny.
I packed stuff in those like packing cubes, and I just found one that I didn't in my closet on the floor that I hadn't yet unpacked.
Did you unpack it when you found it?
No, because I did not have the time, but it's there waiting for me.
Excellent. Oh,
yeah.
That's good. I got my my mail-in ballot arrived to my delight this week. I was surprised because I had asked for it when I asked for my primary ballot, and I didn't actually have faith that I would get it without asking again. And I did. And so I've been spending time researching my vote, which has been very time-consuming, but because we have all these judges and stuff we have to vote on, but also quite enjoyable. I mean, feeling like doing my civic duty.
Yeah.
And in St. Louis, St. Louis City, they have added tracking for this election, so we can actually, if we mail it in, we can actually track it, which is huge.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So now I feel much more comfortable about mailing it in.
Oh, good. That's really good. Yeah, we have tracking for ours.
Yeah, like most civilizations.
It's just a nice little extra dose of security, it feels like, or surety, or whatever it is. I don't know.
Exactly. It surprised me what a big difference it made in my comfort level. So, and they have a sticker in there that you can wear they want you to wear on election day that says, "I voted from home."
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was
nice. Wish we got those.
I know. Hey. For once, Missouri's in front of Oregon on a voting matter. That's excellent.
That never happens. Congratulations, Missouri.
Yeah, St. Louis, really. I think it's a St. Louis City thing, but yeah.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. And those are sort of two different worlds, really.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. But, so anyway, I'm doing great, and I'm happy that we're here talking today.
Yes, because today we are talking about incremental improvement and the power of small change.
Yes, so important and to recognize. I mean, because it can make such a big difference in our lives, just even noticing incremental improvement, right?
Yes.
I mean, I think it's so easy to not notice that you're improving on something.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I thought of when you said that, because that's something that comes up with clients all the time. It's like, they sort of are just experiencing what they're experiencing right now, and often don't really take the time or even, sort of know to take a step back and look at how far they've come.
Yes. So true in so many things, like in your client situations where perhaps you're working on a specific thing. I can imagine you see people who get frustrated because they haven't made much progress. I know I see that in my clients as well. And that's why I love, although I don't do it frequently enough, I love when I take before pictures so that I can say, hey, remember, it used to look like this. It may not be where you want it to be, but it used to look like this. Or, it just popped into my head is how every now and then I reflect on how I communicate things as a 58-year-old person, or compared with how I did as, say, a 28-year-old person, or the things that would have made me that did make me nervous when I was young. That, like standing up against sexism, for example.
Right.
Whereas now it's like, doesn't even cross my mind not to say something if somebody says something sexist, just as an example. And that's incremental improvement as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And that just comes with practice and age, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's funny you say that, because just before we started recording, you made a comment about our respective abilities to start conversations with virtual strangers or actual strangers. And as you were just now talking, that made me remember that I used to be pretty shy.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Huh. That's sort of hard to imagine.
Yeah. Like, especially as a kid, I was, if I was in a situation where I knew people, I wasn't shy. But if I didn't know people, yeah, I did not speak up. And that's probably pretty hard to imagine me being like that now.
Yeah, but you're very good now at making other people comfortable, which is the opposite of being shy, isn't it? Kind of.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's excellent.
Yeah. Well, and I think many things played a role in that, but one thing that always stands out to me, and this I think of as incremental improvement, is my aunt one time made a comment to me about, like, when you're at a party, pretend that you're the host and that you're there to make other people comfortable. And, so just talk to people as if you were the host, and it's just much easier to start conversations with people.
Absolutely.
And, it's not like we're having a lot of those situations right now, but, just think about that. Like, it just gives you sort of a way into a conversation and allows you to feel more comfortable.
Right. Yeah. I know I'm always more comfortable at an event if I have somehow been involved in organizing it, so I have a role, and it really probably is about that. It's like, makes me comfortable playing host, even, or doing whatever task it is that I've been assigned, but rather than walking into a room full of strangers, which actually is, I consider myself extroverted, but I have a hard time with that, walking into a room full of strangers.
Yeah, and so having a role makes it easier. And I also think that part of it is knowing that you belong there. I think that's a lot of people are uncomfortable in those situations because they're not sure they belong.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Interesting. I don't think that's crossed my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not crashing. If you've been invited, you belong there.
If in fact you don't belong. But I've been to those events too and ended up having a good time.
Me too, actually. Yeah. Long ago for me. I don't know about for you. You may have crashed something more recently, but for me it would have been like college.
Yeah. No, it's been more recent than that, but, not in the last 6 months.
Ah.
But I think that all adds up to just, making one small change, and over time it shifts things. There's there's this analogy of if you're flying an airplane and you're 1% off your your trajectory, you end up in a completely different place. But if you did that purposefully, if you sort of turned that on its side, and if you just stayed, level, if you didn't make any change, but if you considered, just making 1% difference, and you did that on a regular basis, it wouldn't take long for you to be, far above where you started.
Right. We talk about how just a little bit of time every day adds up to so much time. And if we ignore the value of that little bit of change, that little bit of time, then we really ignore an opportunity, I think.
Yeah.
And the thing that we should mention, the quotation that prompted this topic, which one of us shared with the other, and we don't know who. But one of us was smart enough to write down this quotation that one of us saw, which is, "Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection," by none other than Samuel Clemens.
Yes. Good old Mark Twain.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that's such a good one that I have this come up so often with clients where they're like, it's almost like they get frustrated because they can't have everything they want right away. And so it becomes hard to even make those small changes.
Yeah, and that's a shame, isn't it? Because the small changes might well lead them to where they want to be.
Right. Well, eventually. And of course, they end up making the small changes. But, left to our own devices, it's so easy to think like, I don't have enough time to do what I want to do. Well, like in my case, if I was to think about like, I need to learn Portuguese, and the right way to do it is to take a class or to get tutoring or something like that, I may never think that I have the time to do it or that it's the right time to do it. But doing my Duolingo and showing up for literally like 3 to 5 minutes a day, and I've almost hit 500 words that I know in Portuguese.
That's amazing. And how many days in a row have you done Duolingo?
I
Something
just
amazingly large.
Yeah, I just hit like 200, and well, I have to say that last week I hit level 10 streak in Duolingo, which was 250 days, and that's the Wildfire Award.
Oh my.
And it was during the middle of the wildfires, and I thought Duolingo might want to reconsider that.
Yes, right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I'm almost at, almost 260 now. And that's just before I figured out that there's such things as streak freezes, which you can put in place in advance to help if you need to miss a day or whatever. And so
that's nice.
That has been immensely helpful, learning that, because I've been doing it for much longer.
Right, but the streaks got broken by a day or something. Yeah. And so they're not counted in your app.
Right. They don't count as part of the streak.
So 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day, you now have hundreds of words that you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And I could carry on a very, 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 very basic conversation.
Uh-huh.
And then I also can say a lot of things that I would never, ever in a million years need to say.
Like,
o tatu now falo português. The armadillo does not speak Portuguese.
Well, that's a given. Maybe that's like a secret code. Maybe this Duolingo is actually run by like SD6. And if the right...
this is alias?
Yes, if the right student hears it, they know to spread that password. I started watching Alias again this weekend.
It's so enjoyable.
It is so enjoyable.
Yeah, but I also learned from a friend who lives in Portugal that Duolingo, and I knew this, but I didn't realize how different it was, that it's Brazilian Portuguese, not European Portuguese. And so it's, I guess there are armadillos in Brazil, but not in Portugal. I was
about to say. There are probably a lot more armadillos in Brazil. We have a lot of armadillos in Missouri, which is weird.
Seriously?
Yeah, when you drive south in Missouri, down the Boot Heel, there are so many dead armadillos on the side of the road. It's just horrible. I mean, I counted 100 or something. Yeah, I know. It's creepy. Dead armadillos are creepy.
That is so weird. Mm-hmm. Armadillos are one of those things where, like, when I come across certain animals or different things as an adult, I sort of question that they are real. I don't even know how to describe this. Such a weird thing. Like, I was talking, we drove by a lot of cows in Eastern Oregon, and I was talking to Mike about cows and, how many stomachs they have and how they don't have upper teeth. And then I'm like, wait, am I making this up? Like,
it just sounds so weird.
So weird.
Yeah, I know the feeling exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we learn things that we accept as kids, and then when we say them as adults, having said them since we were kids, we have to wonder if it's true.
I know. Like, did I make up that cows don't have upper teeth? No, I didn't. They don't.
No, they don't.
They just have gums.
Wow.
So weird.
Yeah. Oh, that's very interesting. I don't think I ever learned that. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking about incremental improvement in the context of my yoga practice. So I'm no yogi, right? But I am doing it every day. Now I'm about to hit 6 months every day. And I will say that I don't know how I look because I don't have a mirror. I have no idea. But everything is much more easy, way easier, and much more full of ease as well. You know what I mean? And it's not hard, and I am more flexible and nowhere near perfect, but it's certainly, and sometimes I'm only doing 5 minutes. I mean, today I only did 10 minutes. I'm not doing long practices, but absolutely doing a little bit every day has made a big difference for me in terms of making yoga enjoyable. Like, I don't even consider not doing it. It's not a burden because I enjoy it so much. It's like amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
It is amazing.
That is such a testament to incremental improvement.
Yeah.
Because that is one of those things where it feels like, well, I can't do that. Like, I don't have a body that can do yoga. I think a lot of people think that.
Right. I'm not bendy enough at all to do that. Yeah.
And so they don't start.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I'm very happy about it, and very grateful for yoga with Adrienne and how she makes it so easy to do. I mean, that's for me, of course, has to be easy. So I've gotten rid of like all the barriers to it. So even on my trip, I did it every day.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, incremental improvement.
And I think too that you don't even have to go into it with the idea of I'm doing this to get better over time. Like, I don't think necessarily that was a primary motivator for you for doing yoga
exactly
every day.
No, I just wanted to give it a try because I'd heard such good things about it, but I didn't put any expectation that I would do it every day or do it for the rest of my life or anything. It's like I just take it a day at a time, sort of.
Right.
But it also reminds me of, it was, what year did you get married? 2017?
Yes.
Was it 3 years ago? That summer, that July, I was taking part in the 30-day plank challenge, where you start with 5 seconds, and by the end of the month, you're at 5 minutes. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I did it, and I'm very grateful for it because when we do planks in yoga, I actually enjoy planks, because we only do it for 3 breaths or something, right? It's not very long. It's not hard. And that was definitely a great example of incremental, if fast improvement. I mean, to go from 5 seconds to 5 minutes in 30 days is a lot, but I'm glad I did it. It's nothing I'd wanted to carry on after that month was over. A 5-minute plank is not how I want to spend 5 minutes, but I like doing planks as a result.
Well, and it's something to be able to say that you did a 5-minute plank.
Oh, I should talk about it more.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
That's like, I think you should brag about it at every opportunity.
I think I will. I think I'll be bringing it up for the
you
next
can be like,
few episodes.
well, when I did a 5-minute plank,
right, exactly.
whatever. It doesn't even have to be related. I think you should just bring it up.
This summer I did 5-minute plank.
Yeah. Oh, right. That was the 5-minute plank summer.
Let's see. Shannon got married. My father had a health event, and I did a 5-minute plank. All in July of 2017.
That about sums it up.
Yep.
That's great. But I think it just is really good to recognize that, whether you are wanting to achieve something that feels difficult to achieve, or you're just, wanting to try something, this like incremental improvement over time can be really huge.
Right, and being aware of it is, I think, big. Like this, I'm hopeful that this conversation will help people think about it and notice when they've made even tiny improvements over time in the things that they're doing.
Yeah, and in fact, maybe that's a challenge that we should offer to our listeners, is to think about something that you have improved on, that maybe you didn't realize you had improved on.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You and I can...
Because it's so easy to think about, what you still struggle with, as opposed to recognizing, where you have improved things in your life.
Yeah. We've already shared a couple of things, but we could probably try to come up with one each to share next week.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Of course, we'd have to remember.
Yeah, gotta write it down. All right, but we want to hear from you. Where have you noticed incremental improvement, and where would you like to experience some incremental improvement in your life? You can leave us a message at 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. You can share with us on social media. On Instagram and Facebook, we're at Getting to Good Enough, and Twitter, we're at GTG Enough. Or you can head over to gettingtogoodenough.com and leave a comment in the show notes. But for now, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. I missed the cue.